Hi, my name is Magdalena and I live in UK. If you're in here first time, please make sure to subscribe just below the video in red so you won't miss my next video. Let's get started. In today's video I will show you step by step how to make the number cake. It will be the best cake you ever had and it's got delicious and very simple mascarpone cheese filling. And we're gonna use some fresh decoration, so fresh fruit and some macaroons, mini macaroons for decoration. We'll need some paper and some numbers. So obviously those I have purchased on Amazon and they are really good. You can obviously draw them if you wanted to instead of buying one, but obviously it's so much easier and they're quite cheap as well, so that's how thick it is. And the cake won't stick to it, so it's really good. I can recommend it. You can find them on Amazon and you get them from 0 till 9, so you can do a double number or single numbers, up to you. First thing, we need to put some butter on the paper so the cake won't stick, obviously. So we'll just get that done, and then I'm gonna be using this mixer. It's to be honest quite old one. I had it for a couple of years. It's Kenwood, and it's got just simple option 1 and 2, so very simple. It hasn't broken yet, so I will be using it for this recipe. And we're gonna show you now step by step what we need. So those are ingredients for that biscuit, and at the end we're gonna add some egg and vanilla extract. We're starting with 200 grams of cold butter, so we're gonna measure that obviously, and we're just gonna put it in a mixer. Just make sure that you mix that well, and Sophia just putting all the butter in, and we're just gonna start the mixer now. Next step will be to measure powder sugar, so Sophia will help me doing that as well. So we're gonna measure flour first, actually 300 grams of plain flour. It's make sure you use normal flour, not self-raising one, because the cake will be quite flat as a biscuit, so we don't want it to be raising quite high. Okay, so we're just gonna add some flour straight to the butter. Gonna add that, and after that we're gonna add other flour, so almond flour. First we're gonna have to measure almond flour. You can get it anywhere really, in any store. So we just need 75 grams of almond flour, and we're gonna add that as well. Okay, so we've got our almond flour, and after that we're gonna measure 75 grams of powdered sugar. So Sophia gonna measure that first, and then we're gonna add that straight in to the mixer. And then the last thing what we need is a pinch of table salt. Okay, we're gonna add that in, and then all we need is 1 egg at the end, and vanilla extract. So we'll need just a half of a teaspoon of vanilla extract, adding it. Okay, so that is ready now. We're gonna put it for 30 minutes in the fridge to cool down, and then I'm gonna take it out. It will be easier to roll out. So that's how it looks like, and we've got some flour handy because we're gonna be adding some flour as well constantly to it, so it's not sticky. Be aware it will be sticky, and it's normal. All you have to do is just keep adding some normal flour in, and like Sophia does now there, and it will be completely fine. So you just need to see if you need to add any more flour, just add it in, but don't go too crazy. So this is our number. So we have rolled the cake, and then we're just gonna put the number in, and then all we have to do is just cut around the number. So we're gonna get some sharp knife and cut on the edges, and then from inside we're gonna get rid of that as well. So that will be done, and then all we're gonna do is transfer that to the baking tray like that, And then we've got the second one. We need 2 biscuits, so we're gonna use the rest of it and we're gonna cut out the second biscuit like that, like Sophia did. And we've got 2 of them. It's not sticking at all, so it's really good. So we've got 2, so that will be 1 cake, 1 number. So now we're gonna put it for 180 for 12 minutes and it will be ready. And just be aware, if it's gonna break the cake once it's out of the oven, that's not a problem, because even if it's broke one time for me, I think in half, it was awful. I was about to put it to the bin, but it doesn't matter. So now it's time for our delicious mascarpone filling. So all we need is a thick double cream. It's very important, it has to be the very thick one. And if the mascarpone cream filling will be watery, that means that your cream wasn't the right cream you used. Okay, we've got a mascarpone mascarpone cheese, 250 gram. That will be enough for 1 cake, 1 number cake. But if you're using double numbers, so 35 or whatever, then you will need double of ingredients. But I will leave a recipe below the video, so you'll be able to see what you need. So we're starting with a double cream, very thick one. Again, I have to highlight here the fact it has to be the thick one, so extra thick. And we'll throw that in and we're gonna mix that well. And then to that we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So we're gonna add measure first, obviously, powdered sugar. So we're gonna add powdered sugar straight in. So we're gonna add that, and then we're gonna add spoon by spoon, obviously. And that's how it looks like. We're gonna add some vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon we need. So we're gonna add that in, and then at the end all we need is just add our mascarpone cheese. And it's very simple. Again, I just want to highlight the fact that it's very simple filling, but it's the best filling you ever had. And the biscuit is simple as well, and it's so quick to make. It's crazy. But it looks obviously like it took time, so that's the best part of it. And it will be gone in 5 minutes, so I have to warn you. I have to warn you now. So that's the Sophia will add the cheese. We're making we need 2 of them actually for this. And then Cassie, my younger daughter, is grabbing some Ferrero Rocher. She just noticed them there. This is for decoration for later, but obviously not. It'll go a little shaky, and she's gonna bring that in. There we go. So we've got it there. Okay, this is how your cream should look like. So quite thick, to be honest. And we've got our baked cakes. We're just gonna put a bit of cream on the bottom first, so the cake won't move too much. So I'm gonna put it in, and then that's how it's look like, the first one. Then we're gonna add the second biscuit on top of it. So that's how it's look like. I packed some mascarpone filling in the first biscuit, and then that's how it looks like after the second biscuit. So we're gonna put so we've got biscuit filling, and then some decoration. So it's time for decoration. I always use the same one, mini macaroons. You can get them from Marks and Spencer. I love them. They do look really nice on cake of this type, so I would recommend it definitely. They've got different flavors as well, and they're so good. So we're gonna use some of them. I always use Swiss chocolate. White chocolate is one of my favorites, so it will be white chocolate, and they look like a small block of it like that. So this is exactly what I use on a cake. It's white chocolate mountain bar. It's really good actually. So I will use that. Fresh juicy strawberries, it's very important, so try to get them from somewhere where they look nice. And raspberries as well, fresh raspberries. Actually, me and my kids, we love fresh fruit and obviously sweets and macaroons, but yeah, they look really good, and they're gonna look really nice on a cake, so that's what you want. And the last thing, Ferrero Rocher, as you could have seen before. Cassie showed them to you. So this is a massive box of Ferrero Rocher, but you can use a smaller box. You can buy them in a supermarket there. You can find them anywhere, small ones. And that's how our cake will look like after decorating. So as I said, it looks really good. There's macarons, fresh strawberries, raspberries, and white chocolate. Obviously, if you don't like some of the decoration, you can swap them for something that you like, obviously.